the guy behind me hit me.
Well, don't stomp on your brakes like that. You move, stop, moving, stomp.
Y'all shouldn't be that close to each other to begin with.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream as we're here at INDY
Alright, Joey Green.
as we got a car on track for the Indy 500 qualifying for the IORL. This here is Joey Nezel as he starts his 4-lap run. And we'll get to the standings in just a second as he goes to get the green flag. We got Chris Progar with us here. He's sitting in line, getting ready to go.
Engine's up to 255.
Engine's up to 255, so good luck to us. Probably gonna grenade, but that's part of the charm. And they can't turn the engines off because there's no way to refire them. So there's no point on turning it off. And for the people on the stream, you might be wondering, well, where's the standings? We got it for you. Here's the dock. Here is exactly where everyone is right now, up to 29th. And you see 1 through 29 on your screen. There are the times. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. We started around 4 o'clock today. And, well, we're a little past 7:30 Eastern, so halfway through tonight. Left lane closes at 9, and the top 9 shootout, Fast 9, starts at about 10 o'clock. So back to live pictures here. iRacing Hot Pass. This is not being broadcasted, but the Indy 500 will be on Sunday afternoon. 12:30 start time for that one. Because right now he's got a good line going. He's not really pushing too hard. Could be a little closer to the outside wall entering 3. Gets down nice and low though, give him that. As he shoots through the short chute into 4. Oh, had to get off barely there. He was really pushing off. Goes into 1 again. Looks like no one's in the left lane, so it looks like it's going to be right lane only here for the car is going to be getting onto the racetrack. And the question is, am I even live? No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. I'm watching the stream right now, sir. You are live.
No, I had to click live. I'm live now because I heard checker flag over the in the back of the stream. So there he goes. He's finished. He just finished his run. Lord.
Oh, you meant live on that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm live on the live in the game. I'm sitting here commentating something not even remotely close.
It's all right. McClendon hasn't gone yet, so you can still catch up.
Yep.
McClendon is pulling out now.
So there he goes. About to start his run.
Oil temps at 264.
You're gonna blow up on your lap.
I'm thinking the outlap. I'm gonna probably sit it in 4th or 6th and just cruise and just let that temperature drop before the warm up.
Through turn 4. Let's take a look at this name one more time. That is Scott McClendon as he comes across. Weave it a bit. This is his warm-up lap. He's starting now. As it goes into turn 1. Trying to find my mouse. There it is. He's not really pushing hard here. I can tell he's just trying to weave it out. There he goes, weaving again. Feeling his car out. Doesn't want to push too hard. Now here comes their bread and butter. Through turn 4, he's going to get the green flag this time. Start of his 4 laps. See how much he attacks turn 1. Pretty nice. Wheels below the white line. Comes up through turn 2. Very nice line. And a lot of names we haven't really seen this season are trying to attempt the field, as this is, well, the biggest race of the season for this series, well, of any IndyCar series, of that matter, is their Indy 500. Almost brushing the wall off turn 4, really close that time. He starts lap 2. I mean, you could have put a piece of paper between him and that wall. That's how close he was. As he rockets through turn 2 yet again. And keeping it nice and tidy right against the wall down the backstretch. He's going to see the halfway mark this time. Going to start lap number 3.
I'm over here making deals with my car, just praying it doesn't blow up.
Through 2. Oh, man, he's really low. Almost touching the curbing. This is going to be a solid run. No questions about it. Through 3 again. Nice line. Little to be desired in 4. But the exit's what counts. And he got all of it there. He's going to get the white flag this time on his run. Through 1 and 2 yet again. Nice lines. Very nice run here. Now, Chris, how far back are you in line?
I am next up.
You're next up. All right, so we'll see Chris up next.
Don't try and talk to me. Once the motor gets up, I won't hear you.
Oh, you're fine. I'll be commentating anyway, so you're fine. And that will complete the run. And we'll try to check the timing and scoring here in a minute. Takes a minute for it to update, but we will see what it does and where he sits in just a minute. As he'll rocket down the backstretch yet again. Up next is our second part of the booth, Chris Progar. About ready to go here. Just waiting for the track to be clear. Track is clear, and here goes Chris.
Good luck.
So up next is Chris Progar. You might have heard him. He's the second part of our broadcast team, but he also is qualifying. Myself qualified. And as his warm-up lap gets going, let's take a look at the standings here. Scott McClendon right now sits P10. And we'll take a look at Chris Progar. Right now he's P24 as he starts his warm-up lap. So right now, outside looking in is Zach Buchanan in 10th place. So we go back to live pictures. Still on a warm-up lap. Through the green 4 he goes. Chris Progar, 1 start this season. Was at Gateway. Green flag out for the 2nd run of the day for him. Through turns 2. Very nice run. He said he had a lot to be desired that first run. So let's see what he can do here. Three looks tidy. So does turn 4. Very nice run through turns 3. It's a good looking run going on here for Chris. Backstretch he goes again. Little known fact, if you do try to go again, your first attempt, or whatever attempt was ahead of that, does get erased. So, if you feel comfortable, you might not want to run again. As off turn 4, I believe he'll be getting the white flag this time. He's calling it off.
No, that was checkered flag.
Oh, was it checkered? Oh, okay. Whatever. So how was the run?
A little bit faster, but the motor was so hot, I couldn't get any kind of speed.
I hear you.
I still think I did better overall, though.
Up next is Bobby Krug. I believe this is his 2nd run of the day, as we're starting to see more 2 runs. Personally, I've only did 1 run. Right now I'm sitting P12, but some of these drivers looking for a little bit more to be desired.
Where did I end up?
We're still updating the times here. As the start of his warm-up lap. See, right now you're P19. But Scott McClendon's lap, I believe right now is still, he's got a line through it. So we'll see what that has to do with it later. As yeah, you're P19.
Yeah, it might be better to wait till it clears out a little bit and then run again.
Green flag is out for Bobby.
There's 4 cars in line right now.
Well, I guess 4 cars in line would be a good chance for anybody who's in here watching that is waiting, maybe to go sit in line, get ready to get a run in. Track is overcast right now, as he's about to start lap number 2 on the 4-lap run. Through 1 and 2 he goes again. He's leaving a little bit to be desired there on the entry of the corner. He could get a little bit lower. That was a good 3 there. He's going to get the halfway this time. As he crosses the bricks. See where Bobby is on the sheets right now. He's not in the top 28 right now, so anything will be a good run for Bobby right now.
Yeah, he had hit the wall lap 3, lap 4.
Yeah, so definitely any kind of run would be good for him right now. Folks at home, I'm only showing the top 28 because 30, 31, 32, 33 is pretty much the drop zone. You're in the field if you're 33rd, but 28 is pretty much the borderline safe zone, I would say. That's a way better run here. He's going to finish his run off coming off turn 4 here. And for not hitting the wall this run, I'd say he did pretty well, and this is going to be a nice little time. As he backs her off towards turn number 1. 4 cars still left of the line. Back of that line. As we head back to the game so I can flick here.
Next up is going to be Bruno, then Noah, Trey, and Scott.
No, we had 1 drop out of the line there. So that leaves only 3 drivers in line. Track's clear, and the next driver, Noah Carmichael, I believe, yes, is going to head out and start his second run of the day. Near the bottom of the sheets right now is Noah. Unless things changed on me, which they didn't. Let's see, is he down? See, Bobby Krug slides in the 31st right now. And Noah Carmichael is actually outside looking in 35th. So, any kind of lap time right now for Noah Carmichael defined would be a blessing in his general direction. As the beginning of his warm-up lap.
I did like
And I'm back in line.
Oh, you're back in line. Well, this will be a 3rd attempt, so keep that in mind.
Oh, no, absolutely. If I'm not feeling it, I'll do it before the green. I'll pull out before the green. But with 2 cars in front of me, I'm going to have a better chance of running a little bit more horsepower.
So Noah comes off turn number 4 to start his first lap of the run. I'm not going to say the setup and track conditions have been pretty nice, as Noah runs a bit wide off turn 2. Have been pretty nice. I got to say, the setup feels really good for a
I mean,
trimmed out setup. It's pretty good.
it's basically the stock setup with just some fuel.
Yeah, and you know what? Credit to iRacing there to give that good of a stock setup. Sometimes it's a little edgy, especially in Indy cars, but it's pretty good. Just comes through 1 and 2.
And the race setup isn't bad either. I mean, you can't be right on the rear tires of the car in front of you, but
Oh, you couldn't do that regardless. You wouldn't
exactly.
want to. You wouldn't want to.
I found about 2/10 back is like the sweet spot.
Where is the setup on Sunday? Gonna be a little bit of a pack race at the beginning part, but middle end of the run when the tires deg off, it's gonna be a little bit of a strung out field. Hopefully, allow for more overtakes without consequence, really. As Noah running really wide off these turns, I know he's trying to arc it out and try to gain as much speed as he can, but that was a little wide off turn 2, wider than we've seen most of the drivers today. As through 3 and 4 he goes. That was a better 3. And 4 just getting to the white line off exit. As the first driver I've seen today to come down to the inside wall on the front stretch and arc it back out towards turn 1. Upcoming schedule for the IORL. Indianapolis this weekend, 200 laps at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Week 5, we go to Belle Isle for the Chevrolet Grand Prix Detroit. 43 laps around the twisty road circuit in the park in Detroit. Week 6, we go to Texas for the Firestone Indy 200, 134 laps. And then week 7, Watkins Glen for the IndyCar Grand Prix of New York will be a 30-lap race. And week 8 will be Iowa before we start weeks 9, 10, 11, and 12, which is a balance between road courses and ovals. And I know week 9 is going to be a race you're going to look forward to as Noah ends his run. That's Road America program.
You got that right, buddy.
Chris, a native to Wisconsin, up near Road America, and swears by it as his favorite track, even though I hate it. I hate that place. I can't do it there. For some reason,
I feel the same way about Montreal.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Because Montreal, it can be good or it can just be absolute dog pile. This next car on track here, as the track is clear, is Trey Patton starting his run. I don't know. Road America is just... I respect it, but at the same time, it's just... God almighty, those just right-hand... Just 90-degree corners everywhere. It's just annoying.
Yeah, I will have to admit, coming from Project Cars 2 and to here, the track is completely different, though. The rumble strips won't kill you here.
That is true. They're a lot more forgiving. See, me and Chris, we came from what people would call the less superior Project Cars, and the rumble strips at Road America will pick up your car and toss it out like a tuna sandwich on your mom's lunch. It's just that bad. But I gotta say, on iRacing, you can run over it and get away with it. As Trey's nearly going to be in the middle of his run, is good lines through turn 1 and 2. Leaving a little room against the wall, but a nice shallow entry into turn 3. Really gets down low and widens out the exit. That's a good line there for Trey. It's back through 4. He goes, nice little livery, though. I like the blue rims. You'll see it as he comes by. I mean, these rims are just blue. Can't miss him. So you got the halfway time this time by. Yeah, that's a nice livery. I like it. I will say that for the next couple weeks on this schedule I'm looking at it here, I think the biggest challenge is going to be Belle Isle. That track is notorious for swallowing and spitting you out. You know, it's a lot tighter than Long Beach. No questions about it. It's a nice line through one again.
Trending on Reddit iRacing, Long Beach is confirmed, LMP2 confirmed.
Mm-hmm. Saw that earlier today. They're going to finish Long Beach now with the pandemic. I can't really say the other word, or whatever this might get monetized or something like that, or spread over the internet. But yeah, they're going to try to use this time to go out and actually finish Long Beach, which is fantastic. But now the downside, the frame rate there is going to be absolutely atrocious. So many objects are going to be on your screen at Long Beach. It's going to be crazy.
Ah, yes, but to be able to drive into the fountain, it might be worth it.
No. I don't want that dolphin staring at me. Every time I go in there, it's going to make me miss the turn. Oh, Lord. Although it'd be nice to see the Queen Mary sitting over there. That's a nice little plus.
Oil temp is at 202, much better than last run.
It's across the line, Trey. Believe we'll get the checkered flag there. And indeed he does. Backs it off. Now we've had Noah Carmichael and Trey Patton get laps in. Let's go ahead and check over on the good old dock and see exactly where people are. Because right now Trey Patton getting edited. You'll see it real time. Editing the chart. Noah Carmichael right now just in the field at 33rd. But that's about to change as Trey Patton shoots all the way up to 26th position in front of Ryan Samsel, who actually, surprisingly enough, did not have a good qualifying run there earlier today.
Alright, track is clear.
Track is clear. Next out, I believe, is Scott.
That was a nice little tire spin he had there.
We'll see what the officials say about that, as the drivers' meeting has said no tire spin. So we'll see about that.
Seems like they let it go.
Scott lists Rambler, I believe, is our point leader. Could be wrong, but he's had a good consistent finishes the first 3 weeks. When we went to Long Beach, Gateway, and last week, and actually pretty good race at Monza. As he crosses the line, start his first warm-up lap. This is his third run, I believe, by the way. Scott said he'd like to be in the top, the Fast 9. But if he didn't get in the Fast 9, he'd understand and take his position and be happy where he's starting. At least he's in the field. Which, if Noah Carmichael doesn't make the field, that's one of the big names. I expected to be up near the middle of the pack. Not going to be in this one. As green flag is out for Scott. Sun's starting to slowly set here. It's getting a little bit darker on my screen. I don't know about yours, Chris, but it seems like the cloudy skies and maybe the sun setting is starting to alter things a bit.
I don't know. It just looks like a crappy day in Indiana.
It's always a crappy day in Indiana. What are you talking about?
That was my point.
Yeah. This is one of the few gems of why you would want to go to Indiana.
At least it's off the interstate.
It is, yeah. You get right back on and out. It's a nice line for Scott. As we said before, he's just trying to get in the Fast 9. He's got a good position right now when it comes to where he is on the border of, possibly missing this race. He's above 13th, so he's above the 13 line. So, not really in any real threat, but more or less this is just him trying to get a run to see if he can crack the top 9. Which I don't blame him.
How many people are behind me?
Oh, let's see here.
Sorry, don't mean to.
You got 2. 2 behind you.
Okay.
But you know what? No, I'm talking about. I'm actually going to go try to see if I can find the points table.
I believe it's the first tab, isn't it?
I don't know if he pinned the live scoring. Here we go, season standings. Alright, let's see where Scott's at. Actually, he's P2, behind Matt Chubb. As through 1 and 2 again. And I believe he's... Yeah, he's off the throttle. So that's the end of Scott's run. We'll see where it puts him here in just a second. But take a look at the points. Matt Chubb. Over right there, you just saw him, Scott. He's 5 points back from Matt Chubb. So close, tight fight at the top of the point standings. And third place, Nicholas Ward, is 18 back.
Track clear, track clear. Next car on track, please.
Here we go.
And here comes Chris to start his third and final run as we get another car exiting pit lane. We'll see who this is. This is Stephen Ellis.
Final attempt. Be your third and final attempt.
Chris Brogar on track and... Ooh, don't want to do that. Shotgun behind him
As long as you avoid it.
is Ryan Samsel trying to better his time. So here comes Chris. So we'll shoot back here on his warm-up lap, see where everyone's sitting again. See, Nicholas Ward and Matt Chubb have not even attempted to qualify yet. We'll try to see if that's a storyline we need to follow later in tonight. They have to qualify tonight. As a little bit of editing going on here. You'll see it right here. Or right here. Or over here, whatever. You'll see it. It's the red box. As now Noah Carmichael out of the field as Bobby Krug is now on the back foot. So we go back to live pictures. Chris Brogar just got the green flag to start his run. As I'll actually take us down the points order. I'll take us down to about... I'll take us through the top 10. Top 10 in points. As Chris is on his flying laps here. Matt Chubb. Scott Romier. Or, I'm butchering that last name. Third place, Nicholas Ward. Fourth place, Zach Buchanan. Fifth, actually tied with fourth place, is Nick Gunther. Sixth place, Spencer Madden. Seventh, Kyle Riley. Eighth, Warren Keith. Ninth, Zane Scott. And 10th will be Christian Erickson. That's your top 10 in points, as we're 4 races, about to be 4 races this weekend in the books in the IORL IndyCar season. This back here at Indianapolis, it is Chris Progar still on track. Continuing his run. And to turn 3 he goes. Could get a bit lower. Nice line through turn 4 this time. Down the front stretch, right against the wall. Beautiful. This dude turns 3. Good little line. You know, I see some of the drivers so far. I haven't seen many before we went live.
User joined your channel.
I believe we got Scott joining us.
Hello.
There he is. Scott just put down pretty good time. Did it crack the top 9?
Yes, it did. Currently sitting P5.
Fantastic. Look at that. So Scott more than likely will be part of the Fast 9 later in the broadcast as Chris. Wow. Backs are down quite abruptly. And I believe he's done.
He is done.
All right, so we got a full booth here. Luckily, this isn't a race where I need to have a ticker or anything up because the ticker wouldn't mean anything. But I do have the live scoring up. If that's any consolation. There's Ryan Samsel.
User joined your channel.
Track is clear as here we go. As off goes Ryan Samsel to start his second run.
Let's see. This will be his second run, correct?
Oh, you're showing the Napa livery, not the orange one.
As Ross Hollow just joined us. He's part of the SKM race team.
Ross popped in?
Yeah, he's in here.
How's it going, guys?
There he is.
Welcome, big shooter.
Earned a couple of test laps, feeling about as good as I can. Let's do something about it.
Well, I wouldn't get in the line yet. It's a good bit of cars. Got 5 cars in line right now. As Ryan shoots down the back straightaway. Ryan didn't have the best of first laps. He's sitting down near the bottom of the sheets. He's P28.
Ross will be able to go to the left-hand side and get a run right away.
That's true. Yes, he will.
I was going to say, this is going to be my first time around, so. Do I need to hop into the team speak, or?
I would.
It appears the run has been aborted by Mr. Samsel.
No, he'll talk in race control.
Yeah, we're commentating in here, Ross.
10-4, I'll hop in there until I put my first laps down.
Gotcha. As yeah, Ryan did back it off.
User left your channel.
That was a late back off too. He came off turn 4 against the wall and just shot down towards the pit lane. So don't know what was up with his run there. Probably just didn't feel it as he comes back around to join the queue.
Next car out is going to be a Bruno Caniro. Had a massive crash in the short chute between 1 and 2 on his first run.
Yeah, so looking for anything right now. Is he, as he's currently P15. Not bad, but obviously like you wanted to do, Scotty, you wanted us to jump in the top 9.
Yeah, the track actually got slower.
It's back to live pictures.
Yeah, the track has definitely slowed down since the track temp has come up, but there's still some speed left in it. So if you can find it, you can make it into the top 9.
Yeah, I was going to say, because earlier, just before we went live here on this end of the broadcast, we did see a pretty quick time get posted. So yeah, as you're you're totally correct. The track is perfect right now for speed, but it's can you find it and can you run the right line to get it? Because right now Noah running a pretty conservative line, pretty nice line though.
Lap 2.
As he starts lap 2.
Alrighty, fellas. Well, my wife has been very understanding this whole week, so I think I am going to head out. You enjoy your evening. Good luck, Ross.
Alright, see you, Chris.
User disconnected from your channel.
This gets off turn 4, shoots down. We saw Noah do this. Shot down a bit. Not as far down as Noah went. Noah went, I mean, God bless his soul, he went down to the wall on this Q lap.
Yeah, I think with the way the track is right now, the speed is there no matter what run you take. So running the shortest line is going to be your best bet. Really having to pinch off the corners on exit and entry and just running real shallow. The car picks up speed and gets right back to the top of 6th gear very quickly.
Which is interesting because, you know, you would think, you know, running a little bit wider, carrying the momentum off the turn would be quicker, but if the track is, as you say it is, to pinch it off, that'd be interesting to see who takes advantage of that and tries to put a quick lap, as Noah ran a little wide off 1 there.
Seems like he might be apexing slightly early for every corner.
Yeah, being a little conservative, huh?
I'd say so.
As he lets the camber take him down to the inside wall there to finish his run. Not a bad run there for Noah. A little conservative. We'll see where it slots him in. As I believe it has moved him up. Oh, that's Bruno. I said Noah. I'm an idiot. Bruno. Bruno slots in. Let's see where he slots in at, because he aborted that run. Remember, if you try another run, you abort that time you have. And even if you don't better it, you still got to take what you got. So right now he's putting himself now back farther. P27.
Alright, Ross, track is clear. Track is clear. He's got a guy.
So actually, he should have stayed where he was. But that's a risk you take there, Scott.
Absolutely, and the entire time when I was on my 3rd run out there trying to get into the Fast 9, I was sitting there thinking, man, if I hit the wall right now, I am out of the race entirely. So you have to pick and choose. Are you wanting to be aggressive and get into the Fast 9 with these runs and take the time to feel the track out, or are you just going to settle for making the show?
And we're seeing a lot of drivers settle for making the show. One storyline I pointed on just before you jumped in here was we haven't seen some of the big hitters, in my opinion, qualify yet. We haven't seen like the likes of Matt Chubb. We haven't seen him try to attempt the qualifying yet. And, you know, it's 8:18. I believe the track closes to the line at, what, 9? Or is that left lane only?
That is left lane only. There is still qualifying from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
However, there is no longer a priority for first-time qualifiers.
Right. So, we'll see. We'll see what that lies for Matt Chubb. As your points leader is Matt Chubb. And that would, if he doesn't qualify for the race, the man in the booth with me would, by default, take over the points lead coming out of Indianapolis. As Ross Harlow, or I think that's how you say his last name, is on track.
Rocking the Formula One McLaren paint scheme on an Indy car. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Part of SKM McLaren. This is his first run of the day. As for a first run, it's a nice little line he's got going.
Good, nice, solid line. Got down below the white line in 2, looking really good there.
Now, he was at the practice sessions earlier this week on Monday, so he knows what he has to do to get it down and tidy. And Monday was, a lot of people were wondering on Monday, hey, what's the single car runs? Monday was actually pretty draft heavy, I believe. I wasn't there, but I believe it was pretty draft heavy.
Yeah, we were doing what we could to try and make sure that we didn't have any draft. We were spacing each other out anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds apart, and we still had some people go out there and just run absolutely foot to the floor behind somebody and post ridiculous times. But for the most part, we had a pretty good idea of what we were looking to going in. 39.1s, low 39.0s, somewhere around there. And for the most part, it's proven to be true.
Yeah, absolutely. It's proven to be the backbone was the Monday practice times, which a lot of people thought was a little bit of a bluff, but as you can see now, it's kind of not the case. Kind of staying true to what Monday showed us. As Ross has a pretty good run going as we're sitting here watching him shoot around the 2.5 mile rectangle.
Been hitting really solid apexes, really nice lines. Been carrying a bunch of speed. It just seems like the track isn't there with him. He hasn't been able to drop into the O's. So we're not seeing a top 9 time, but I believe he is going to be securely in the show.
As that is the end of the run, backs it off. And ends his run. We'll check the live sheet and see exactly where he's at. And that will put him not comfortably in the show, Scott. P27. Oh, no. That was just a mistake on whoever's editing it. Actually, P15. So, yes, comfortably in the show.
User joined your channel.
I believe that is Ross there. Just finishing up his attempt.
Looks like
We
a
see
P15
Franklin
as
Ashe.
of right now.
As Franklin. Now, Franklin had a good first run. Not nothing you can go crying home about. But it was a good first run, good solid run. It put him P30. So, like I said, nothing to cry home about, but probably testing the waters.
Now, I may be incorrect in saying this, but I think I followed Franklin around for his run. On his number 4 lap, I believe he clipped the wall, which is why you saw his 4th lap time slow down. So I can completely understand why he'd go out there and give it another shot. Still has 2 attempts left after... one more attempt after this one.
Yeah, correct. He's on his 2nd attempt now. And, if he did clip the wall of turn 4, automatically, if he does not mess up any kind of wall tap or anything, he will better the time. So, just got to be cool, collective, and run a good line as he's not getting down below the white line as he believes starts to run here. But he's running conservative, just trying to get the time in.
I'm seeing him pull off the walls on the straightaway. I know in real life they do that to avoid compressing any air against that wall and actually slowing the car down. However, I don't believe iRacing has built that into the sim.
Is it maybe he's just letting the camber take him off the turn? Could that be another strategy he's trying to do here?
That could very well be.
Saw some
See,
drivers
it's-
do that on the last lap to try to gain a little bit of time.
As we see, his first lap is going to be 0.04 of a second slower than his lap the last time around. So it seems like the speed is really starting to bleed off the racetrack right now.
Yeah, but this, you know, the speed not. Ooh, he gets almost a little wide there. Speed might not be there for like a fast time, but if you're someone like Noah, Franklin, this could, you know, just a little bit better of a run could bump you up the table a bit to say, whew, I'm in. That's fine. I'm not P30, and you can kind of breathe a bit and save that last shot for, let's say, the time does skid back on the track. You got one left in the chamber to go out there and try to defend that position.
As I'm seeing here, it looks like he's again in the 39.2s. This is putting him quite a bit slower than he was before. I haven't seen any major mistakes so far, so I can't really imagine what's causing him to be as slow as he is as he comes across the line. Another 39.2. Nearly scrapes the wall in the short chute with 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's trying to get all the exit out of it. But perhaps you're right. Maybe you should be pinching off the corner, because we're seeing him arc these corners in and out, but more than late entry shallow exit.
Something else I'd like to point out is that the track temp has gone up 5 whole degrees in the few minutes that it's been since my run, because it went out to about 70 to 71 while I was on my run, and it's now 75 degrees. So the track is getting much warmer. It's going to be a lot harder to find that that cold track speed in there.
Yeah, track when I went was 69 degrees, so it's gone up even more for people like me to go out there again, which, I mean, honestly, I'm sitting P14, I'm comfortable. But some people aren't comfortable, and some of those people are in line. So we go back to...
As we see, Christian Eriksen lined up for the next one out. Just waiting for the green flag from race control.
There he goes. Somewhat slow getaway. He's going to stop here.
It looks like he's going to reset.
Mm-hmm. Believe that cuts off that run and leaves it up for Seth Stradell? I believe that's his last name.
Stridle. Another McLaren paint scheme. This one mimicking the Alonso paint scheme. From, I believe, what, 2014?
2017, I believe.
Or 17. Wow, I went way too far back.
I gotta say, though, these cars look pretty as hell.
They are absolutely gorgeous. I was really questioning how these cars were going to look when they added the aero screen, both in real life and in the sim. But I can say I've been pleasantly surprised. They look awesome.
As this is his warm-up lap, trying to see what's working here. We saw him cut him off the wall. We saw him shallow the exit right here. A little bit shallower than we've seen other people.
Let's see, we'll get an idea here. 39.338. That is quite a bit quicker than some of the other guys' first laps so far. Granted, that's only his warm-up lap.
Yep.
Stayed nice and tight in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I saw a little correction of the wheel there off turn 2, just to pinch her back down. You see, he's running a little bit that little bit different line we saw Franklin Ash do. He's getting off the wall a bit.
Wider in 3 and 4. We'll see what this turns out to be. 39.201.
User left your channel.
Whoa, that was a wide exit. Really shallow entry. Turn 2 there.
I've heard a lot of people say that they take a look at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and imagine how hard could it be to make 4 consecutive 90-degree left-hand turns, and you would not believe how easy it is to screw up one of these corners.
Mm-hmm.
Especially turn 2, have a massive bump down there by the rumble strip, and what seems like a very shallow exit. It's so easy to run up and just hit the wall on the outside.
I've always found it deceiving, turn 2, because it is unlike any other turn of this track. You have a lot of asphalt on the inside going into the turn. It's not like turn 3, you have a lot of grass. Turn 4, you got a lot of grass. You can kind of judge the entry. Turn 2, it feels like, oh, I can shallow this entry. There's asphalt. But then you compromise turn, the exit of the turn. So turn 2, I think, is a little bit more deceiving than the other 3 turns on this track.
I absolutely agree, and then at the exact opposite end of the racetrack, you're dealing with something almost the opposite. You feel like you want to apex a lot later than you really need to, because it seems like that wall's just looming over top of you.
Yeah, the turn 4 wall here comes up very quickly. Very quickly.
This being said, as Seth comes around for his 4th and final lap,
Ooh.
all the way down to the pit wall, riding it all the way through, his final lap will be a 39.147.
For a split second, I thought he was going to call the lap. That's how abruptly he shot down to the inside wall. It's not a bad run there.
Looks fairly solid. I do not have the live timing pulled up. Where did he end up?
P27.
27. So not securely in the show. He's there.
Speaking of securely in the show, let's get back down to, let's cut it off at around 27th. Yeah, or 25th. Let's cut it at 25th. Cut it off at Bruno on the timing screen. So Bruno, Trey, Seth, Ryan, Andrew, Blake, Kyle, Ray, and Bobby, in my opinion, are all in pretty much, they're sweating it right now. First one out, Noah Carmichael, and then Franklin Ash behind him. Surprised about Noah. Surprised Noah's not a little bit far, higher up the charts. So off turn 4, we got David Cole. He's below the time. Yeah, he's 38th right now, so he's going to try to better his time for absolutely sure.
Oh, and look at that. He's holding 1 and 2 a lot tighter than some of the other guys we've seen so far. I wonder how that's going to pan out. See if he does the same thing in 3 and 4.
Oh, that was a wide entry to 3.
Very wide. Sort of the same thing in 4 there.
Well, here he comes to start his run. That was the warm-up. Maybe he's trying to get momentum. We'll see. As he goes into 1. He's not pinching it down.
Bit wide in 1. Not all the way to the wall, so he's a little bit tighter, but he's not making the apex in 2.
Although that was a late apex. He really pinched it off there off 2. Oh, wow.
Ooh, nearly hits the wall. Pinches it way down in 3 for a late exit out to the wall. Back down in 4. Held it a bit tighter that time.
Yeah, that was a tidy 4.
39.335.
See if that's better than what he's ran. I don't think it is.
For the first lap, it actually is about 0.04 faster.
Yeah, this right
Seems
now.
to be much more tidy this time. He might actually be pinching it off too much. Ooh, that looked like a brush out of 4.
He might have got a 0x out of that. That was close. He's
Followed by a 39.279. That's his fastest lap so far. Ran way wide
Wow.
too. Holy criminy.
This is not what he needs. He's outside the field right now, P38. So he needs something better than this.
Honestly, the way the track's been going, I think he has the idea with keeping it tight the way he has been, but these little mistakes of going wide in the corner is really killing his time.
Oh, yeah.
User joined your channel.
That going wide there off of pinching it off. He would have pinched it off and kept it there. Might have been better off, but he shot up to the wall, get on the straight.
And that mistake reflected in the time of 39.344 for his third lap.
He's all over the show.
It actually seems like he might have a brake dragging or something. He's not accelerating quite as quick off the corner. I haven't seen anybody hit 224 in their qualifying session yet. And that's a 39.341. I don't believe that will be any improvement.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
As we're down to 2 cars in the line with a Ricardo Arruda ready to take his second run of the day.
So there he goes. I believe that Olympic livery.
It's not truly an open wheel car until somebody's put an Olympic livery on it.
Oh, yeah. So Ricardo's sitting P37. A lot of these drivers we're seeing now are outside looking in. As he does his out lap here, his warm-up lap, I should say.
Here we come off of 4, looks nice and tidy.
Takes the green flag of someone revving their engine on pit lane. Nice line there. A little bit off the line there too.
Not quite there in 3, but it was clean. Same for 4. Little bobble off of 4 like he might have expected to hit the wall there.
Yes, it's so deceiving. You think, you know, we can scrutinize all we want up here, but when you're in that car and you come off turn 4, you think you got maybe the size of a nickel between you and the wall, and you might have about 2 feet between you and the wall. So.
Yeah, I gotta agree there. Looking back at my laps, yeah, that exact thing. Honestly, I thought I was maybe a hair between me and the wall, and there was about 5 feet there.
Oh, he's closer that time.
He may very well have had a nickel between him and the wall there.
I don't know if he's watching, but he
Must have been listening in, huh?
made me eat my words off turn 4 there. He was close that time. I was, whoa!
Apex way too early there. Got a hold of that bump I was talking about on the apron. That thing will throw you straight in the wall if you're not careful.
Not gonna lie, I was preparing to commentate my first crash of the session here. Well, that I've seen. I know it's not the first one that's happened, but that I've seen.
I will say it looks like he's just a little twitchy with his steering. If he were to be able to smooth that out, he would probably shave that extra 100 off that he's looking for right now.
Yep, and it seems so far that he is not going to have any improvement. Consistent 39.3s, whereas before he was in a 39.2s and a 39.181 for his final.
Yeah, which is not what he needs. He's sitting below the cut line, so a non-improvement would be a wasted shot in the barrel for a Q time as he comes off turn 4 and almost does it again. Lord of mercy.
The good news out of all this is he still has one attempt left as he runs a 39.211 for his final lap. No marked improvement.
So that will keep him out of the Indianapolis 500 as of now. And that will actually put him P39. Well, now P37 now with the update. So as you said, yeah, no improvement there for Ricardo.
As we go to our next car, Mr. Kyle R. Cuthbertson. I cannot English today.
I don't blame you. Is that another rowdy scheme?
I do believe it is. This one promoting, I believe, the fruit punch in the red color.
God, just call it the Rowdy 500 because I've seen about 5 or 6 of these schemes so far today.
I can't lie, the rowdy schemes that I've seen on Trading Paints have all been pretty good. So I can imagine why they're so popular.
As I don't know if you can hear it in the stream, but I can hear race control just barely. This is the start of a warm-up lap of his second attempt. Oh, as he blinks out there, and he's back.
He went into warp drive, he's completed a lap. New pole time, 450
User
mile an
joined
hour.
your channel.
I believe this is the same car that was blinking earlier today, too.
Looks like Mr. Cuthbertson's implementing that low line that I was talking about, really keeping it pinched down in the short chute.
Y'all were having so much fun, I had to come back.
He's keeping it nice and tidy. And yes, Scott, he is doing exactly what you were saying earlier. If you want to find the speed with the track temp right now, it might be better just to pinch off that turn.
Let's see how this shows here. 39.216.
It's a little bit quicker than, I believe, his first run. So he's doing something right.
Not half bad for a first lap.
As the track temp has almost reached 80 degrees, we're at 78 degrees now. This track is only getting slower.
You see why I told you not to go now?
Yep.
As he comes off turn 4. He's going to start lap 3 here.
Slowed down, 39.20 as he blinks out again.
Warp speed. There he goes.
Oh, I'm moving up the standings here. I'm up to 23rd now.
And that's the product of, you know, if you're like me or Chris used his all 3. But, you know, these drivers trying to get another attempt in, that's just killing their times. If you're a driver and you're maybe above 20th, you should not be even thinking about going in line. As he blinks out again.
His third lap's Going to be slower again at a 39.223. Honestly, if you haven't qualified for the show right now, I believe you're going to have a very, very hard time to make it in.
Mm-hmm. Unless you got some kind of god power to get you a little bit more horsepower. I don't think it's going to happen.
Going to need the winds to shift down the back stretch and flip again for the front stretch to give you that extra push.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I got my laps in just in time.
Wow.
See, 39.179.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the help of the blink or not. It's a whole tenth. As he backs it down. So we got one driver braving it. I saw him join the queue there. We got two drivers joining the queue, actually.
Yep, that is going to be Donnie Stobbits, running the Black Rifle Coffee Company livery.
It looks like he hasn't put a lap down yet.
So he will be a first-time qualifier and get priority in the line.
Now, call me brash, and I know I get called brash all the time from the two others in the room. But
You get called a lot
Yep.
of other things by the
Yeah.
two others in the room.
yeah, but if you're Franklin
come on,
Ash, you need to just park it. You don't even need to be in line, because you're not going to gain time. And even if you do gain time, let's say the track cools down a little bit later, you got no more runs to back it up with. So I don't know the strategy call from Franklin right now. I just don't get it.
I'm trying to pull up his times right now. Where exactly is he in the running?
I will get it up on the stream here. Let's take a look. Franklin Ash is 35th looking out.
35th looking out, so he really has nothing to lose at the moment.
Right, but I don't know.
Yeah, but the big question is, do you want to try to take that lap now, or do you want to try to wait and see if the track maybe cools down? We're talking about it could be half a tenth to a tenth of a difference of a lap.
And what could be a position in Indy 500, which, looking at this field, it's a very stacked Indy 500 as of right now. We still even have, Matt Chubb, Nicholas Ward. We don't have any Nate Stewart. We don't have a lot of those guys even qualified yet.
Donnie Stobbits comes around to take the green flag on lap number 1. No, this will be... Yes. Sorry.
No, you're good.
A lot of sun in 3 and 4 right now, though. That's not going to help him any.
Not at all. Turns 1 and 2 are nice and shady, though, so maybe he can make up a little bit of time there. He has managed to stay out of the 4 for his warm-up laps, so he might be a little quicker.
Tell you what, gentlemen, that livery is a nice looking livery on that car.
So outside of the league, I usually run something along those lines, and I do absolutely adore that livery, especially with the American flag on his front wings there. It is beautiful.
Mr. Stobbits bringing the Black Rifle Coffee Company car down for a 39.250 for his first lap. Not great, not terrible.
Gonna have to make it better this next lap if he's gonna want to have any shot at even getting in the field.
Looked very good through 4 there. Nice and steady on corner exit. 39.222.
And this track temp, the more I'm thinking about it, the more it's gonna make that Fast 9 shootout a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if this Fast 9s were actually running the slowest laps of the entire session if it keeps getting as hot as it is.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? For some drivers, that might actually help them. So we might see a driver who's in like 8th or 9th place grab the pole. So we'll see. That's the beauty of the Fast 9.
Yeah, once the track starts to get really hot, making your making minute movements to the wheel is going to slow you down. So trying to be as smooth as possible, it's going to behoove you in the end.
That track's just holding strong at 79 degrees right now.
Donnie,
There is
another
no
solid
wind.
lap. The checkered flag. Final lap will be a 39.179.
Don't think that's going to be enough, guys. Put some P36.
3 positions out. And about how much time would he have to make up if he were to take another run?
Oh, dear. Let's see. 39.250. Let's see. That's his first lap. Never mind. Yeah, he'd have to make up about I'd say a good
All right.
tenth
Clear.
and a half, maybe.
Next car, please. Next car.
Which, that's part of the track, really, right now. Just it being so warm.
And the biggest issue is it just continues to get warmer and warmer. Track is now up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
And next guy on track, and a very controversial, in my opinion, call here, is Franklin for his final shot.
On the outside looking in, nothing to lose. The track's getting hotter. It's only going to get slower from here. He had to get what he can get.
As he comes to start his warm-up lap. Franklin had a good run at Monza last week. Finished inside the top 10.
If only some of that technical driving could come back to Indianapolis here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of guys would be wishing it was a road course instead.
Which is the irony, because you think, it's an oval, and just like you said earlier, 4 turns, 4 90-degree corners, how hard can it be? It's a lot more technical than you think it is, and sometimes the road course guys do excel here.
As he comes across with a 39.328 for his warm-up lap. That is quite fast compared to the laps we've seen so far.
I mean, really, it's 4 road course corners. Or at least that's how I approach them.
I completely agree with that. Each one of them has their own little distinct taste that you can go through.
Especially with the size of this track, you can almost have 4 climate zones on each corner, to a degree, of course, but it can really make this track a lot more difficult than you would expect it to be.
As Franklin appears to be staying off the wall slightly in the short chute, but staying nice and tight on exit of 2 and 4.
Yeah, if he betters this time, that'd be, I just end the stream there, because, we're if he betters the time, that's incredible, if he'll be able to do that. But as of right now, he's got a good run going.
$39.210. It's already about half a tenth off of his other run.
I mean, he is getting up to 234.
I think the issue we might be dealing with here isn't so much the car's ability to get up to speed, it's how much you're scrubbing the tires going through the corners trying to get the car to turn. That seems to be where everybody's losing their momentum. The car pops right back up to top speed on the straightaway, but they're just losing something in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was down at 226 exiting.
And unless he's able to run a 39.0, I highly doubt this is going to be an improvement on his first time. At this point, he'd almost have to run a 38.
Yep.
No, he's going to actually improve. No, except for that one. He was 4/10 off on his final lap.
As we have someone in the left lane. We'll see who it is in a second. As Franklin completes his run of qualifying for
Matt
the Indy
Chubb
500.
has entered the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Scott, here we go, buddy.
Oh boy.
Can he, tame the hot track and get himself in?
And look at that candy apple red paint. Oh, I love it.
That is one sexy race car.
Meh.
I won't say sexy. It's good looking, though.
I got a real
Accented
soft
with the
spot
matte
candy
black
red.
and the chrome. I like it.
Franklin Ash right now 33rd. So, in retrospect, it did get him in the field, but he's also got Matt Chubb with bullets in the chamber going out on track now. Was that a spin of the tires?
And
I heard.
that was a hell of a spin of the tires.
Yeah,
Yep, he spun it up. He's giving the show.
We'll see what race control says about that.
According to the rules, you are not allowed to spin the tires coming out of pit road. When you go to take your qualifying run, you can do whatever you want, though.
Okay. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Points leader. It only took him until 9 o'clock to get in the room and qualify, but here he is. And he's going to start his warm-up lap right now.
Nice hot track too. 81 degrees to play with right now. Sun everywhere.
You know, I actually prefer the Mazda colors. That metallic maroon is much better.
How you holding up over there, Darth Vader?
Got a nice wide run through 4, trying to carry some momentum.
And I said it countless times so far in the stream. What a storyline it would be if Matt Chubb did not make the Indy 500.
Well, his warm-up lap was a 39.414, so that's not looking that great right now. But we'll see what he can do at this point.
I honestly am not one to wish ill intent on any of my competitors, especially Chubb. He has really, really turned himself around from last season's been driving fantastic. It would kill me to see him not get in the field. So I want to be able to battle for somebody, especially for points. 39.247, not starting out very well at all.
Well, on a positive note, he does have 2 more attempts after this.
Yeah, but on the same token, how much hotter is this track going to get? I mean, we're at 80, 81, 82 now?
81 degrees at the moment.
81 degrees.
Yeah.
Barometric pressure is still going up as well. This isn't going to be. This isn't improving anytime soon. That's
No.
for sure.
Problem is, in game, we started at sunrise. So, effectively, we're near noon now.
39.192.
I'm actually surprised, like you, Ross, didn't qualify earlier.
Unfortunately, I had other stuff going on, but got on as quick as I could, and it looks like I got in just in time before this track really started to lose its speed.
Yeah, and I had to work, so when I got here, that's why I went out right away. And luckily I did. I'm sitting like P14 right now.
Yeah, it's SKM as of right now. It's 14, 15, 16, and then Chris, where are you? 24.
Next
I think
lap's
I'm
going to be
still
slower,
23rd.
39.211. If he makes it in, he's going to be looking at the back tail end of the field.
He's definitely going to have his work cut out for him. That is not where you want to be at the start of the Indy 500, that is for sure.
Surrounding 4, he's looked good and solid here.
I know
Good run off of 4.
he might get 33rd, the way I'm looking at the timing screen right now.
Final lap, 39.173.
Yeah, if he's in, it's going to be very, very close.
And waiting on timing and scoring to adjust here. Yeah, well, puts him 31st. So right now he's in the field at a 31st at a average of 39.205 at 229.558 miles an hour.
Track is clear. Track is clear. It looks like we've got Adam Samsel.
Got one more first time run here.
Adam Samsel.
Yet another first-time runner of the day.
Franklin's officially bumped from the 500.
And this should lock down that that left line, that preferred line for the first time runners. You're on. It's wherever you queue up.
And straight from race control, Franklin Ash has officially been bumped from the Indianapolis 500.
Is that a Pabst Blue Ribbon livery? Because I'm super jealous now. Oh, I thought that was a PBR livery.
Now that you say it, I kind of want to make a PBR livery.
If you do it, I'll run it.
I'll get right on that.
Big wiggle in turn 3.
Is this guy in
Yes.
5th? It sounds like he's in 5th.
It sounds like it. He is screaming.
He's
Yeah,
got to
he's
be
not-
in 5th. Look,
he's
topping
gotta be
out
in
only
5th.
at 228 on the backstretch.
There he goes. Now he's shifting
Yeah.
up. I'm like, man,
Oh,
What a
he is
guy, Chris. What a
screaming.
guy.
Well, this is warm-up lap, so here he goes to start his official run.
He just wanted to make sure his motor was at 400 degrees.
As after this, we will have no cars in line, so it'll be the first quiet track of, I believe, the day.
Had a good line through 1 and 2. 3's looking good. Pinched nice and low. Good entry to 4. See how this lap turns out.
carrying decent speed.
39.193 for his first lap.
He's getting
Very
brave.
good run so far.
He's getting brave with that rumble strip, though, Scott.
Yeah, he is. He's giving that thing everything and then some. Good shallow entries, staying right on that rumble strip all the way around, trying to make it as short as possible. This lap. 39.166, an improvement. I don't think he's going to have any trouble getting in the show at this point.
No, I think I'm moving down to 24th, actually.
Yeah, we'll
Think-
see.
I think part of my run, I took it too high entering.
Another good solid lap. As the white flag's called out, 39.217, slowed down there a bit. I think he might have caught that hump going into 2. Staying a bit wide of it this time. Still right down on that rumble strip.
Tell you what, for the track temp and the track conditions. God, this is a good lap. This is a good run.
I think at any other point in the session, this may have been a pole time run. Had it not been as hot as it is. 39.167.
There he goes. Backs are down. Let's take a look at the live scoring, as I have that up on the scene here. Bada bing, bada boom. We'll see where that puts him. P30. So Matt Chubb now 32nd. Ray Dolly 33rd, and Bobby Krug P34. See if Bobby.
So what we'll do, since nobody's in line, we will open the track for practice. So anybody that goes out there right now is allowed to turn laps. You guys cue stimming. Make sure you give a gap. This way that there's no drafting. So I repeat, any laps that you set right now.
All right, so race control is saying track is open for practice, but it is qualifying practice. So leave gaps where need be. So no drafting.
Track temps up to 83.
So instead of having a quiet track like I thought we were going to have, we actually have now a quite busy track with cars going out, and most of these drivers being drivers who, like in this case, a Nick Ward, who have not attempted yet. Or Andrew Cootie, I'm sorry, that looked like the Nick Ward livery.
No, Andrew Cootie's qualified already. He's 29.
No, but Nick Ward runs the lows. I thought for a second that was Nick.
I'm gonna go out and see just how hot this track got.
You know what?
I think
We'll
I'm
join
gonna
you.
do the same, actually.
We'll join you, Scott. See where you're at. Yeah, we'll go on board with your cockpit view.
Holy criminy.
Whoever that was needs to be shot. Good God.
Alright, this should give me a gap here. Back it off just a little bit. Alright, 3 seconds.
Alright, we're going to let you have the mic, Scott. We're on board with you on the stream.
Alright, so this would be my warm-up lap that I'm coming to take at the moment. Can't really say that I'm feeling a whole lot different than I was before. Definitely not carrying the rev limiter as far as I was on my first run. And that'll be the warm-up, and yes, it is definitely slowed down 100%.
Yeah, it's just as you said. Coming off the turns, you're scrubbing not so much speed, but the car does get back up to top speed relatively quickly.
And my first lap's going to be a full 10th and a half off.
I'm on board with Ross right now. Was that your warm-up, sir?
This is my first flying. For sure, very slow. 0.15 off my lap.
Yeah, unless there happens to be an eclipse, you don't.
Yeah, if you might as well just not even attempt another shot, because it's not gonna be worth it.
Yeah, now you got a draft from somebody.
Yeah, I pulled it off.
As we go to scenic cam for the first time in the broadcast, as someone shot down the pit road.
Oh, now I'm getting draft from somebody that didn't space correctly. Which I'll call that dead on my run. But my fastest lap so far is a 39.181.
Yeah, top of the scoring pylon there on the front stretch went from a 230 to a 228, so time's definitely falling off.
That 238 down the backstretch was pretty nice, though.
I'll let you guys have the mic. I'll be right back as the track is open for qualifying practice.
So is now when we talk about him?
Sure.
So they call him all 4 names, but he's really got like 30, depending on how upset you are with him.
You talking about me or somebody else?
Nah, Warren.
Warren.
Is he a 4-namer too?
Apparently, that's what he said.
All right, I'm leaving for real this time now, fellas. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hop out of here as well. Scott, we'll see you on what is it? Thursday. We'll have 3 wide practice. Or is that Friday?
I am not entirely sure.
Well, whenever the 3 wide start practice is on, we will see you then, sir. You have a good night. Yeah, have a good night.
All right, have a good night, and we'll see you then.
Sounds good.
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Ray, did you say you were gonna run? What? I thought you guys said there was somebody coming in making a run here in a minute. Yes, Ray just joined back. Track's open for practice right now until somebody hops to the queue line. Track is closed. Everybody pull off. We're good, we're good. Alright. Track is clear. 31 can make your way onto the track. Ray, I would highly consider this if I was you. You're sitting 32nd right now, and all the guys that have gone before you have gone slower. There were guys that were ahead of you in the line, like ahead of you in the result, that ran slower. So I wanted to make you aware of that. Alright, this is the beginning of your warm-up lap. If you decide to wave it off, not count against you. As soon as you take the green flag, your next official attempt has started. Green flag, green flag.
All right. I'm back.
Welcome back. Ray Dolly has just started a second run.
All right.
Currently 32nd in the running. And he was actually warned before he took the green flag that his chances of improving were not very good
Gotcha.
with the track state. As we are currently sitting at 87 degrees for track temp.
Woo!
It is getting toasty.
So we welcome anyone who is watching back. As Scott said, we do have Ray Dolly on track for attempt number 2. Doubt he'll improve any, but as I said, we're going to cover any action that's on track. So here we are.
At the moment, he is already a full 10th off of his time. His second lap now coming in 39.328 compared to his 39.218 for his first run. So he is falling off the pace very quickly.
Now, it's not foolish for him to do this, but at the same time it is, because he was, if he was sitting a bit up. Was he in the field? I believe he was in the field, wasn't he?
He was in the field, currently sitting P32. I believe he might have just thrown his position in the field away.
I was just going to say that. We'll see if this was a bonehead move attempt to try to see if he can improve, or... Yeah.
Third lap is showing a 39.337. He is dropping and dropping like a rock.
Yeah, he almost killed the car going through 1 and 2. I'm no top of the line.
It'll be interesting to see how this is done so far. Because I'm not sure how somebody would be removed from this. Oh, wait, nope. I know. They would just move everyone below him up.
Mm-hmm.
No improvement.
No. Think he might have just thrown his position away there, Scott.
I 100% agree. Aside from those who have crashed on their run, I believe that was the slowest run of the entire session.
We will see if that translates with it. We're going to wait for timing and scoring to adjust. As, unfortunately, indeed it was, 41st with an average time of 39.37 seconds at 228.5 miles an hour.
It amazes me to think that this track has completely lost almost a mile and a half an hour.
Well, makes Matt Chubb look like a scientist coming in exactly when he did in the last bit of life that might have been in this track. But at the same time, Adam Samsel ran a 39.18, so.
Absolutely, and I would say Mr. Samsel has definitely showcased how strong he is qualifying here. That was very impressive considering the track state.
What's interesting is if you're Bobby Krug, you're sitting there right now and you're biting your nails. You're going, oh my god, because we called him out, cold-heartedly as get you live back to live footage here with Andrew Milbach. We called him out. Was like, look, we don't know if that was the right move to go out for his second attempt, because he didn't hit the wall in that first attempt, so it was the good move, but we didn't know what he'd do. He's sitting 33rd right now. If he had waited, in my opinion, a little bit longer, he would have been out. And
who is this, Andrew Milbach? Has he already been put in the field?
I don't know. I believe this is a first run. I will double check, though, just to make sure.
According to his practice times, this looks like a second run.
Yeah, he was securely in. Oh my. What are we doing?
We are seeing mistakes being made, and we can do nothing about it.
What are we doing? Oh no! Oh!
It's like watching a train wreck.
You don't want to look away, but you know it's going to be bad.
As his first lap comes up,
39.392,
significantly off his 39.249 first lap from the last run. There are going to be some broken hearts at the end of qualifying today.
Yeah, we're at 9:22 Eastern, so. Ooh.
Every person that does this just moves Mr. Chubb further and further away from that bubble.
It does. It's man. What are we doing?
You must have paid some people off.
I'm telling you. Hey, can I get a better starting spot? Sure, but what is it going to cost me? Your spot? I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to cost you your ride in the show.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'm looking at some of these paint schemes that are not in the show, and I'm thinking, and my team could get that sponsorship money in the show. Rewrap the car. Here, the 7-Eleven car, it might not make the field. Hey, you run it. But, I don't know. You and me are sitting here laughing, but what's the times look like for this run? It shouldn't be that good.
Oh, no, it's horrible. He's a full 10th off almost every lap.
And you know what? Just for the cold-heartedness in my heart, because I'm a you know what. I'm gonna see exactly where he was. I'm gonna try to look for the gap in the numbers.
I can show you right here. Lap 1, he ran on his first run, ran a 39.249. This run, 39.392. So a full 10th and a half off. His second lap was half a 10th off. His third lap was 3/100ths off.
Okay, so he wasn't in the field. I take that back. He was 38th before this run.
Oh, he was 38th. Okay,
yeah,
so he had nothing to lose.
No. I was looking for the gap in the numbers to see where he was, but it was 38th. Okay. So Matt Chubb does not move up. Effectively, he's starting tail in the race in the last row. As that moves him back to 40th instead of 38th. And let's take a look.
Still painful to see someone go backwards in the numbers.
look at some of the names that haven't showed up yet. Nicholas Ward is the big one, in my opinion.
Track is clear. Car 25 is getting out of the track.
Yeah, Nick Ward is the one car I'm surprised we haven't seen even get out here yet. We got a car going out on track for their final attempt.
Be Mr. David Cole.
Alright.
And based off the times that I'm seeing, he is also not in the show at the moment.
Correct, he's 39th. Excuse me. So yeah,
Looking
he's
very twitchy mid-corner there.
this is the car we saw earlier that was all over the show. Hopefully he's adjusted a few things to tidy up this line. But I don't know if maybe just a cry for help at this point with the track temp.
Which, by the way, is just shy of 90 degrees.
For comparison, folks, when I ran my Q lap to put me in P14, track position was very nice, 69 degrees. Oh, and on the wall.
Oh, he's
In the
wrecking,
pit
he's wrecking
road.
big time.
And that will be it. I believe he took the green, did he not?
No,
Oh.
that was a warm-up lap. He has
wow.
one more attempt.
Ooh. Wow. And he was coming to get it, too. He's a very lucky man. Believe I heard Race Control's Zach Buchanan laughing in there saying, it's a good thing you didn't do that lap later.
That's a very good thing. We'll smack the right rear.
See our car rolling down pit road. We'll see who it is in a second. As I don't know if they're opening the track up for practice or not, but I believe that is Andrew Maybach again. Rolling down. And a few more cars rolling. I believe they might have opened it back up for practice again. Track is closed.
They have reclosed it.
Yep.
Mr. Maybach once again going at it.
So is Mr. Cole. He's rolling down pit road yet again. And, I mean, do you blame him? I mean, I know it's not worth it, in your opinion, to go out there now, but the track's not going to get better. And even if it does try to get better, it's going to be way too late.
Absolutely, but you have to look at what these guys have to lose. They're not in the show yet. They could go out there and throw down a lap with the assistance of God's hand and make it in the show somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I myself, sitting in P5, I'm not going anywhere.
No.
I'm sitting my happy butt right here, and I ain't doing crap. Not that they would allow me. I've already used my 3 attempts.
See, he comes down the back straightaway again. It's been a good session, but you know, let's preview what's up. You know, coming up in the next half hour. We got the Fast 9. Well, I wouldn't say Fast 9, but we got the the top 9 shootout.
We got the slow 9.
Yeah, we got the top 9 shootout to end this all off for the fight for the pole, which, in your respect, you called it out, will be probably the slowest times of the day.
Absolutely, and as this track only gets hotter, it's going to be harder and harder to find the line that the speed is going to be on, so it's going to be very interesting to see where everybody ends up here. As Andrew comes around for his first lap, we are looking at a 39.410. This
Ooh.
track is just dropping off a cliff.
And I don't think the quickest car is going to get pulled today. I'm just putting it out there now.
I 100% agree with you. Although with the changing track state, it's going to be very hard to guess who actually had the fastest car, because it's so hard to compare someone that was running at a 65-degree track temp versus someone that was running a 70 or 73 or 90-degree track temp.
Oh, I agree. You know, if this was a cooler track, this would be a really good run. It's good, consistent lines. He's not trying to kill himself off the turns. He's just trying to get off and get it down the straightaway. But unfortunately, you know, we can't stress this enough. The track is lava. It is screaming hot compared to when we started the session off with a 65-degree track. So you can run the best lines of your life, Scott, and as we're seeing here, it ain't gonna make a lick of difference.
Absolutely. I'm glad I came in when I did, because I had no idea that the track state was actually going to be changing this much. I originally was going to wait until around 10 o'clock to come in, and I guess I came in at just the right time.
I gotta say, it's realistic that this is how it is. You know, you in real life, you wouldn't want to go out late in the day. You know, the track residual heat would be higher than it would be when it starts, but, you know, to go from 65 to 90 degrees, I mean, good lord. And that just puts a bigger asterisk against the guys who have to work late. You know, they have to work till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night when they get in here. You know, just puts them at a disadvantage.
Absolutely.
That's why I told my boss, I'm like, wow, the people with no lives are going to be the ones that are going to be on the top 10.
Little did you know
here.
How right you were.
Yeah. Because they're going to be in there right when the session starts. As that time will not get him in the field.
No, that's going to be a mid 39.3 average. It's going to put him well out of the field.
Here we go. Here comes David Cole yet again.
You know, I'm just now realizing next to some of the pit boxes on pit lanes, some of the pit crews are in their boxers.
Yeah, there's a lot of people running that boxer livery on their pit crew. I'll blame them. Look hot.
I'm gonna go feel this track out again.
Whoa, don't you do that.
Well, why would I do that?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you do that? What are you doing? You got a car on track putting a time down. You don't want to be going out in the lane and saying, hey, I'm going to throw away my time. You don't want to do that.
Okay, I will reset.
Don't do this, Scott.
There was another track out there.
Oh,
another
God.
Out there.
Oh, you just about threw away your Indy 500 shot, you. So we're looking at the times real quick. Officially,
I just keep hearing race control go back and forth. Okay, the track's open. Okay, the clock's closed. It just keeps going back and forth every couple of minutes.
They're talking to the guys in the line. But you're about to throw away your whole Indy 500, your top 9, to go feel out the track.
I never said I was a smart man.
Put
I'm
that
just track man.
Put that in the notebook of what in the world. Oh.
Thank you for stopping me.
I should have let you go.
Appreciate it.
I should have let you go and be back there with Matt Chubb. But as officially now, Andrew Maybach is unfortunately knocked out of the Indy 500 after completing 3 attempts. That's off turn 4, David Cole. Just trying anything. I will say, though, in his defense, this has been a lot tighter run than we've seen the first 2 times.
Looking very, very solid this time.
As the times... he said... okay, they're deleting the miles per hour from the last one. I was going to say, he's in a 229, so that's no way. It can't be. Okay, 228.4 to first lap. I was going to say, my good lord.
That one 39.375. Slowing down yet again. As he goes way wide in two. Only going to scrub even more time off.
Yeah, this run right now is a 40-second run.
Wide again in four. This will probably be a 39.5.
And
39.6.
yeah, oof. And he's out of shots too. If after this is over, he's done.
Yep.
Runs
Way
wide.
wide again in two, almost to the wall.
Yep. I know it says radio broadcast on the stream, but I'm so glad it's not a radio broadcast because it's just so much better seeing a picture instead of hearing it. As he crosses the line. Yeah.
39.926.
That's
Mr. Cole is out of the show.
Yeah, that was almost our first
Absolute
40.
heartbreak.
Yeah. There goes another one. And that's a shame. There's a lot of good drivers that just, unfortunately, will not make the show. Like Ray Dolly. I mean, poor guy. Noah Carmichael. That's another one. Franklin Ash. But Bobby Krug. Bobby Krug, 33rd, is in the show right now. Go Bobby.
All right, the track is open this time.
Be sure of that before you do go out. Don't want you to screw yourself again. Oh, Lord. Oh, man.
Give these guys a little bit of space and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Take a look at some of the camera options I have here. I did adjust the camera angle for TV1 because, God, they were bad. Now, this is the part in real life where we would be in probably a commercial break. And you would hear us talking like this. Just normal talking.
Normal talking with the guy driving 230 mile an hour.
Yeah, that's it. Pulling a freaking Paul Tracy. Or a Scott Goodyear.
Alright, this will be my warm-up lap here. We'll see how this pans out. Gonna keep my corners nice and wide to take as much momentum out of four as I can. I'm absolutely having to put more wheel in it now.
Mm-hmm. I will say, though, for people like you right now, if you're in the Fast 9, you better, if I was your team owner, I'd say you get your butt out there and you get a couple laps in right now. Because this might be the same kind of track positions you're going to have to deal with.
That's exactly why I'm where I'm at.
And I'm not your team owner, but get out there and get a lap in. Yeah, you know, not to toot the own horn, but I got the whole team in the field right now. And I got 3 of the 4 drivers in 14th, 15th, and 16th.
At the moment, I believe all 4 of my team drivers that I call them my team, but we're not technically official, are all in the field. Got myself, Don Poole, Stephen Ellis, and Zach Buchanan.
Yeah, at least you're not on the meme team. I don't know.
I'm running 2/10 slower all the way around.
Ooh. Put a parachute on the back of that thing. And it's not like this is going to make a big difference in, oh, this is how the car is going to feel. No, this isn't how the car is going to feel in the race at all. Because we have another setup for the race, I believe.
Yep.
And it's going to have a bit more downforce, so. I tell you what, dirty air is going to be a big factor Sunday afternoon. The car that can suck up in the dirty air the best is going to win this race. Because if he can do that in dirty air, God help the field of who if that car can get out front and cleaner.
Personally, I'm a fan of the dirty air here at Indianapolis. I'm one of the people that likes to hang back, let my tires chill out for about 10 laps, find a little hole to sit in, wait for everybody to run their own stuff out, and then I just charge to the front and drive away.
And don't forget, if you are watching the stream, Sunday, on Pit Stop TV, the 11th running of the IORL Indianapolis 500. Coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern. As Scott pulls it off.
Let me see what my laps were here. Oh yeah, way slower. 39.277, 39.267, 39.231, and 39.243. Not even close to the O's we were running earlier.
I will say, though, it's nice to carry on this tradition with me. As, oh my lord. Every league I'm in that has had an Indy 500, I've commentated the qualifying. Always done it. And it's good. And that used to be back on PS4 on Project Cars, so it's nice to continue that over here with iRacing and able to stream and commentate qualifying yet again. It's nice to have Scott up here, too. Scott's doing a hell of a job.
Thanks for having me up here.
Yeah, Scott's doing a hell of a job.
It's been a long time since I've got to commentate on anything.
My style is more of an MRN, like four corner of the track style commentary. I'm not good at like a telecast kind of commentary. It's not my style. I call it as I see it instead of like we're doing here.
Honestly, I don't know what my style is. I just kind of go off whatever the person next to me's doing.
You're a feeder. It's not bad. It makes you a good co-commentator. You're a better driver than I could be, so you would be a good co-commentator.
Is Stephen Ellis is trying to draft around me?
Let's find you on track. I believe you're going through 2 now. Yeah. Is he allowing you the draft practice?
I don't think we're supposed to be, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, well.
Ah, well, it's practice. Nothing's official at this point.
Yeah. Now he's up on your gearbox, though. He's taking a nice wide line. I give him that.
Oh god, somebody's dead. Oh!
Oh!
I baited him right into it!
Oh, dear. Shenanigans.
That looked like it hurt a lot.
Shenanigans. Love it. Because I hope everyone that watches this live, or when I share this all over Facebook and you watch this later, thank you for watching us here on the iRacing Hot Pass on the channel. Greatly appreciated that you tune in. We don't do a lot of these. Scott's back out there trying to perfect the art of 40-second lap times.
That's about what it feels like. I mean, this thing is just slow now. You wouldn't think you'd be able to tell the difference in 2/10, but man, you can feel it.
Oh, yeah. You can tell that about a cup car at Charlotte by the end of the run. Oh, God. Before, it used to feel really fast. But now it's just like, okay, turn 1, 2, backstretch, backstretch, backstretch. Okay, 3. That's what it feels like on the old tires at Charlotte. It's terrible. It's probably even worse here. But at least here you're going 230.
Yeah, you're still going too fast to have to worry about too much. You don't have to worry about getting bored, I should say.
Scott's running a good line there.
Trying to find some sort of blend between going out to the wall and keeping it pinched. Trying to keep from scrubbing my tires.
For the people wondering, when the Fast 9 starts, I'm going to try to simulcast on Facebook and YouTube, so. We'll try for the first time, simulcast on Facebook and YouTube with this. God help us. And let's take a look at your Fast 9, while we do have 10 minutes before officially we kick things off with the final leg of tonight's qualifications. And let's scroll on up. Right now on provisional pole, not going to stay there I don't think, but maybe you will. It's number 15, Cole Fralick, with a time of a 39.095 with a speed of 230.208 miles an hour. Second place, Nick Gunther. His time is a 39.101 with a speed of 230.168 miles an hour. Good by Nicholas Gunther to get up there in the top 2. Third place, Rick Ravin, 39.106 with a 230.1422. Doesn't matter when you get in the top 10. The times are pretty much pancaked on top of each other. But you made it in the top 10. 44 is fourth with John Poole third at a 39.107 at 230.137 miles an hour. Fifth place, he's in a booth with me right now. It's number 57 of Scott. Is it Rambler?
It is Scott List Rambler.
Rambler. Okay. I was like, is it Rambler? Rambler? So it's Scott List Rambler. With a 39.107 at 230.134 miles an hour. Sixth place in the number 6. Spencer Madden with a time of, I'm losing track of the list here, 39.108 at 230.131 miles an hour. P7 in the number 93, Joey Bailey at 39.111, yikes, at 230.1128 miles an hour. Got a lot of ones. 8th place, the number 99, Jeffrey McClintock. He's running at a 39.112 at 230.108 miles an hour. 9th place is the 10 of Thomas Gold. What a name. I like that. And that was the, I'm a whole list off. 39.112 at 230, okay. And 10th place is not in the top 9, but we'll keep going. Stephen Ellis. 11th place, Scott McClendon. He's finished his runs. 11th place was Scott. 12th place, Zach Buchanan, the number 4. 13th, Timothy Towbridge, and the number 74. 14th, yours truly, Warren Keith, and the number 24. 5th place, Roswell Harlow, and the number 63. 16th will be Kyle Riley, and the number 77. 17th is Scott Bellum, and the number 81. 18th is Corey Rexford, the number 03. 19th will be Trevor Eggmeyer, and the number 8. 20th will be Trey Shuttlesworth, and the number 19. 21st will be Joey Nozel, and the number 11. 22nd will be Douglas DeNice, and the number 40. 23rd will be Chris Progar, and the number 28. And 24th will be Evan Steiner, and the 53. 25th will be Bruno Canonero. Yikes, I'm butchering these names, but we're going to keep going, and the number 20. 26th will be Trey Patton, and the number 66. 27th will be Seth Stroudel, in the number 32. 28th will be Ryan Samsel, in the number 75. 29th will be Andrew Cootie, in the number 48. 30th will be Adam Samsel, in the number 3. 31st will be Blake Erickson, in number 45. 32nd will be Matt Chubb, your points leader, in the 42. And rounding out the field for this season's Indianapolis 500 as of right now will be Bobby Krug, in the number 51. Missing out on the 11th edition of the IORL Indianapolis 500, 34th, Franklin Ash. 35th, Kyle Culberson. Yeah, well, yikes on that name. Cuthbertson, yeah. 36th, Noah Carmichael, which is surprising. I thought he'd make the field. 37th, Donnie... A lot of these names down here just butcher me royal. Staubitz. 38th, Ricardo Aruda. 39th, Andrew Malbach. 40th, Ray Dolly. And 41st, David Cole.
And we have another driver attempting to make a run. I believe it's Noah Carmichael.
All right, so we'll see where he's at. 36 will be Noah Carmichael. I don't think he'll improve, but it's always worth a shot. Oh, yeah, well, yikes, big yikes. There he goes. There's Noah. Noah Carmichael. If you didn't catch it, I know some of you didn't, he called Zach Buchanan French in the league race.
Chanon.
Yeah. In the league race here at Indianapolis, where David Land, Larry David himself in that race. He comes across to take the green flag on the warm-up lap.
I can honestly say, after I've been out there, I highly doubt we're going to see any improvement from anyone that tries to run at this point.
Yeah. Hey, but it's worth a shot. You can't blame him for not trying. Oh, he might have got a 0x there in the entry. Tell you what, I looked at that field just a second ago as we went through the list. There's some big names in this field. And, a lot of them are not in the top 9.
It is very true.
You have a lot of comers and goers on Sunday afternoon. A lot of the big hitters coming from the back, like the Samson brothers and Matt Chubb.
Those guys are going to have a ton of work to do, especially with as strong as this field is.
Mm-hmm. And you might say, well, starting back there is fine. They have a little bit of time. You would be surprised how fast 500 miles here goes by if you're not careful. As Noah Carmichael, he's on the grass trying to get time.
Wow. I cannot believe he just kept that straight. That was impressive.
He's trying every which way but loose trying to get this car in the field.
I would not be surprised if he's willing to do that if he tries to take the apron.
Hey, it's legal. Nothing saying you can't try the apron. Halfway this time. He's gonna kill the car.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is much more. Good Lord, I can't talk. He's significantly slower than he was before.
Oh, dear.
He's running 39 threes and 39 fives.
Man, oh man. As he's against the wall, man. He's down there.
Not gonna lie, that looked awesome from TV2 because he pretty much tracked in right there.
As he's trying, bless his heart. Oh.
He is driving the wheels off this thing, trying to get it in.
Noah Carmichael. Can't say it enough. I thought it'd be higher. Coming from his background.
Unfortunately, as it stands, he will not make the show.
No. Which isn't, you know, God, I sound like a broken record here, but coming from his background on iRacing, that is a shock.
Honestly, I think 90% of the blame has to go on the weather settings.
I agree.
I don't think anyone anticipated we'd be going from 65-degree track temp all the way up to 90.
Well, Noah Carmichael gonna cool her down because it's the last time he's gonna see Indy this week, as that was his final attempt.
And as it sits, we are 2 minutes from the Fast 9 shootout. And as predicted, the track is incredibly slow. I would be significantly impressed if anybody can run a 39.1 at this point.
So Noah Carmichael comes in to get a pit stop.
He's going to take the tires off that car and go burn them.
Guess we got a car rolling on pit lane.
That is going to be Seth Stridle.
Correct. Now, let's see where he's at. I don't believe he's in.
I do not believe he's made his third run either.
He's in. Why would he be rolling? He's 27th.
I believe he might be looking to just play if they're going to open up the track for practice again.
Gotcha.
Why he would be practicing at this point, I do not know. As much as you... Well...
Track is closed.
Yeah, that thing.
Adele is ringing.
I love how he opened it just long enough for me to slam on my brakes.
Hey, wake up. User was moved out of your channel. You were
Pandemic
moved.
was the funniest thing.
Oh, was there also some like boomer shit about that?
Did you not see his live stream he did about it?
Channel switched.
I don't know what that was about. As we're getting closer, 10:05 will be the start of the Fast 9. So he's scrolling over here. There they are, first, second, third, all the way to ninth. We'll be fighting for pole.
User joined your channel.
Alright, we got Zach Buchanan in here with us as just a little bit of a lull time there, trying to, before we get the Fast 9 going. Zach, explain to the viewers that might watch now or later exactly what we're looking for here in the top 9.
So the Fast 9 shootout is to set the top 9 in the starting order for Sunday's Indianapolis 500. Positions 10 through 33 are already locked. So regardless of how the drivers 1st through 9th perform in this session, the worst they can start is 9th. So that's something to remember. So if they could crash, they could run slower than guys that are 10th through 33rd, but regardless of how they do, the worst they can start is 9th. We're going to start with 9th place from the first session, which was Thomas Gould. Thomas Gould will go first. Then we'll go to 8th place, Jeffrey McClintock, and so on. We'll finish with Cole Freilich, who was first at the end of the session. Everybody gets 1 attempt versus the last session where there were 3 attempts. Everybody only gets 1 shot at it. It's a standard 4-lap average.
Now, you're going to have them line up like you did before, or are you going to have them go right from the pit stall?
Everybody's going to be in their pit stall. They're going to pull up to the end of pit road, and then they'll stop. As soon as we have tracks cleared, we'll let them know, and we'll send them out onto the track.
All right, so pretty straightforward then. Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thank you.
User left your channel.
All right, that was Zach Buchanan from Race Control to tell you exactly what we're looking for here in the Fast 9 to set the pole for the Indianapolis 500. As we go back to the sheets, here's what we're looking for. So from 1st to 9th, they can go out there and they can put it all on the line. They can run the apron, they can do whatever they want. It's for the pole for the Indianapolis 500. Do we think Cole Freilich will be on pole? Who knows? We reset the room. We're back to sunrise. We're back to a cool, fast track. As I just killed that part of the stream. We could be anywhere right now. So we do not know exactly what's going to happen. Which is awesome. As we're waiting for cars to load in and get going for the first time today for the Fast 9. Hopefully we'll have Scott back in here for the second half of the Fast 9 as he is 5th place. And as Zach said, we'll go from 9th all the way to 1st. So the first one on track will be Thomas Gould, I'm sorry. As we're starting a second stream here.
I was trying to pull to the end of pit road and stop at the line. Remind everybody if you don't spin your tires or anything like that.
welcome. We're back live here on the YouTube, and we're also live here on Facebook. Welcome back to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, as we're here and getting ready for the Fast 9. Got a car on track. We're ready to try to see who's going to get pole for the IORL 11th edition of the Indianapolis 500. And that car on track is Spencer Madden, a little bit different order than we were expecting. Not everyone's showing up yet. So here we go. Spencer Madden running the Texaco number 6. See, rockets down to turn 3. Change the camera just a bit. There we go, so we got a camera. Show you the speed. See rockets across the line. Now, if you were live with us on the YouTube, you will know Zach Buchanan told us exactly what's in store. It's the top 9. We're looking for the fastest time. They could wreck it, but they will still be above 9th. So all out on the line here as we try to see who's on pole. As like I said, Spencer Madden, the first one out. For people following on YouTube for the last 2 hours, and for people joining us on Facebook for the first time tonight, here's the timing and scoring, and there's the top 9 reset. And Spencer Madden's the first one to head out tonight. Good tidy line from Spencer. See rockets through 1 and 2 and back down the back straightaway. Had Scott Rambler with us on the YouTube side for the first part of the qualifying. We figured out who will be starting from 10th to 33rd, but now, like I said, it's time to figure out the top 9, as I believe Spencer's on his 3rd or 4th lap here. They get 1 attempt, 1 shot at getting the pole time. See rockets through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway it goes. Long back straightaway here at Indy. Longer than you think it is at 230. And here comes Spencer Madden. So he takes the final lap. He's run a good line, good, he was quick in qualifying, we knew that. But did he have pole speed? We don't know. I don't think he showed his true potential. I don't think he showed his hand. He showed enough hand to get himself where he needs to be in the Fast 9. But does he have the time to get him near the top? We're going to find out in about half a straightaway here as he comes off turn 4 and will complete his Fast 9 run. Or maybe not. He's ran more than 4 laps. Yes, he has. All right. Don't scare me like that, Spencer. He backs off the throttle and pulls off turn 2, and we'll see exactly where he's at in just a second, where the benchmark will be. As we get things going here in just a second. As Spencer, like I said, was the first one to get the time going, and there it is at 39.116 at a 230 mile an hour, just about even at 230.084. So here we go. Benchmark set. Are you going to go out there and try to beat it? Let's find out. This next car on track is that a Townsend Bell. Ooh, someone had to punch out Townsend Bell. Yikes. That's something you never want to do in your career. We had to kick Townsend Bell. to kick Townsend Bell. Sorry, Townsend. But we got official work to do here. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Townsend. Next one on track. Scott Rambler. He was in the booth with us. He might be able to join the booth once he's done here. But here he comes down the back stretch. Let's go full screen with it. This rockets down to turn 3 for the outlap. Scott was very vocal with us on the live stream on the YouTube side for like the last, how long are we going now? 2 hours and 50 minutes. The track really slowed down a lot before we joined this new session. And, you know, it's something he was like, look, I need to practice. And then when it was confirmed that we were going to have a new session, revamp the track, recool it down, I bet you he's sitting there going, why did I practice such a slow car? I'm going to be so off. But this is Scott Rambler. He knows what he needs to do. He's second in points. Pulse, you know, right now, leader in points. Matt Chubb is starting in the back of the field. 32nd position will be Matt Chubb. If Scott can get on pole immediately before the race starts, pretty much count him as a points leader going into the Indianapolis 500. That's how close the points are. 8 points separate Scott from Matt Chubb heading into this event. So points very much on the line for this one. As he rockets down to turn 3 for the first time at speed. He's keeping a little tighty. He was telling me he was going to probably do that. And sure enough, surefire off turn 4. He is keeping it nice and tighty. Down to turn 1 they go. Scott keeping it nice, and I mean, Scott's running just a beautiful line here. Down to the 3 he goes. Running a great line. He's doing a good job. Will this be quicker than Spencer's? Let's go check. See if that's the case. Right now, yes. Right now, yes. It is quicker. He's quicker still. So this will go above Spencer right now as it runs. So Scott putting down a quick lap time here. He needs to do this consistently over 4 laps. It is the average of the 4. Into 3 goes. He is running blistering pace right now. 2:30 the last 2 laps. Off turn 4 he comes. Beautiful line here. Got race control talking in my ear. And I gotta say, if there's one driver I was going to put money on to win the pole, it's probably going to be Scott. I know you got Cole Fralick and the others that are going to be quicker, potentially. But if you had to put the pole time in my hands, I mean, I'm going to put it in Scott's hands. Scott's just very good with the car. He's very tidy, very smooth. And that's what you need to do to be fast here in Indianapolis. That's off turn 4. Let me see the checkered flag this time. He does back it down. Just took a look at the live scoring. Does this put him above? Indeed it does. It does. A 39.08. 230.290 put Scott a provisional pole at the current moment. Still waiting on another driver. Show their hand here. As, why are you there? Oh dear. So we're back to scenic mode. Man. Scott with a quick time. There's the board. You want to see it right there. 57.6. It's the top two right now. There's another car rolling. Nick Gunther will be the next one out. And there he goes. Can't miss him. It's that Gran Turismo. He always runs it. And here comes Nick Gunther. He was second on the pylon in provisional qualifying. Shouldn't say practice. So he's a quick car. What can he do now? Can he put it up on pole? Or will he be behind Scott Rambler? We're all going to find out in about 3 minutes. As here he comes around on his out lap. He's going to start the warm-up lap now. Off turn 4, he's going to get the green flag for it. This is not an official lap, but it will give us a good idea where he is. As he shoots down to turn 1. Nick Gunther has had one heck of a start of the season. He had a little bit of trouble at Long Beach. Got involved in some wrecks. Gateway didn't have the best finish, but last week at Monza, breakout performance this season for Nick Gunther. Breakout performance. Had a great race at Monza. Can that momentum transfer over to Indianapolis? Right now it looks like it. Off turn 4, here he comes to start his official 4 laps to see if he can get himself on pole for the IORL Indianapolis 500. Tidy through 1. In the turn 2, still tidy. Can't really get lower than that unless you hit the rumble strip. We saw Noah Carmichael do that earlier, trying to get into the field, which he did not, unfortunately. But we've seen drivers testing the luck of the rumble strip. Nick not doing that now, but he's getting close. A little bit wider line through the short chute than Scott. We'll see if that plays any dividends. Arcing it out. But right now, boy, that looks like a good lap. We'll check halfway to see where he's at, as we did with Scott. So he's on lap 2 of 4 now. He's going to get the halftime next time by. Again, he's really low. Really digging hard. Can you blame him? Guy's pushing. The guy's trying to get pole. And what a better position to start pole in such a stacked field as we have right now. Off turn 4. Let's see where he's at. He'll come across the line. We'll probably get an update in the timing as he goes through turn 1 and 2. So here he comes through 1 and 2 now. Let's take a look. He's nowhere near Scott right now. He's a mile an hour off as he goes through turn 2. Nick Gunther's going to have to pick up the pace on the second half of the run if he's going to have anything for Scott. Into 3 goes. Still tidy. Arcing it out. That might be what's hurting him. We'll see. Nick Gunther putting down a nice time. Even if it doesn't get pole, it might be enough to leap Spencer Madden. We'll see. As he's on the final lap of his run. Really taking liberties with the wall off turn 2. Arcing it out wide. As he heads down to turn number 3. Keeping it nice and tidy. Consistently, I'd say it's been a good run. Time-wise, I don't think he's going to get it. He might jump Spencer, but he's not going to get Scott as Nick Gunther crosses the line to complete his run. And let's check it out. No, he will not. Actually, that last lap kind of killed him. He was going to pass Spencer, but now he's below. Sitting in 3rd overall is Nicholas Gunther. And the number 55, Gran Turismo IndyCar. So top 3 right now. Scott Rambler, Spencer Madden, and Nicholas Gunther is your top 3. So provisional, row 1. So we're coming up on the 3-hour mark on the YouTube side. Thank you for joining us on the Facebook side. We're just getting started with the Fast 9. Another car joining the field and rolling out. Let's always take a look who that is. It's going to be Cole Fralick. So the fastest car from provisional qualifying. This is a car we're going to have to watch closely. And that number 15, beautiful Budweiser car. I love it. The bounce between the red and the white, beautiful colors. Reminds me of a Motorcraft livery more than it does a Budweiser, but nonetheless, he's going to start his warm-up lap come this time. A lot of people got money on Cole. I don't know. We'll see, but statistics say Cole Frog is going to get pole from the times he was put in practice and the time he put in qualifying, but we'll see as he gets the green flag for his warm-up lap. Start off his run. But Scott Rambler putting down a tidy time. Very nice. Let's try to see if we can get Scott in here to finish off qualifying. He was with us all through qualifying. We'll see if he wants to join us again. On the front straightaway to start his official run. Cole Fralick. Down in the one he goes. Very tidy. Keeping against the wall. We saw some people try to play with arcing it out, but we saw there's no real point of that. It might actually hurt your run more than it will help. So, no need to really let the camber take the car. So off turn 4 he comes. Start lap 2. This is a smooth run like we saw Scott do. Very smooth, very methodical, very calculated. Into turn 3, we're going to check when he goes by the line exactly where he's at in relation to Scott. Keeping it tight against the wall. Let's go ahead and check it out. Oh. Oh. Oh, we're watching a pole time at work here, boys. Cole Fralick is putting down a heater. But the second half of the run is going to make the difference here. As he comes off turn 4 to get the white flag on his run. Can car 15 get it done? As I said, money says yes. And right now, it looks like the line says yes, too. That is beautiful through 1 and 2. Heading towards turn 3. God, what a line he's doing. Beautiful work. I tell you what. If those first 2 lap times say anything, Cole Frolick's going to get himself a pole at Indy. Let's see if it goes to the provisional. I believe it will. Indeed it will. Cole Frolick, top of the board here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, putting himself on provisional pole as he spins it down to the inside. Finishes his run and gets in a nice little donut. We'll see if anybody else is here to even attempt to put a time down. So the way he's doing donuts, we don't know. Cole Fralick, what a lap time. I mean, good Lord. He broke the 2:30.3 range with that time. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's impressive. And I guess that will do it from race control. So yeah, only 4 cars attempted out of 9. Not exactly what we thought of when we thought of the Fast 9, but rest assured. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, as I'm sure that's going to get shuffled around here, as we'll see it getting ordered here live. And my oh my, as things change, only 4 drivers attempted out of 9. You think it'd be a lot more than that, as I said, but it is what it is. Let's jump over here and take a look. So on pole for Sunday afternoon's Indianapolis 500, Cole Fralick. Second, Scott Rambler with a nice lap time. Put him up there. He was 9th going into this, but moved himself all the way up to 2nd place, middle of the front row. Third is Spencer Madden. 4th, Nicholas Gunther. 5th, Rick Ravin. 6th, John Poole. 7th, Joey Bailey. 8th, Jeffrey McClintock. And 9th place, Thomas Gold, will be the top 9 for the Indianapolis 500. As we scroll down, Stephen Ellis, Scott McClendon, Zach Buchanan, Timothy Tobridge, Warren Keith, Roswell Harlow, Kyle Riley, Scott Bellarm, Corey Rexford, Trevin Eggmeyer, and Trace Shuttlesworth will round up the top 20. As we look through notable names here, Douglas DeNice in 22nd, Chris Progar starting 23rd, Trey Patton will be starting 26th, Samsel Brothers 28th and 30th respectively. Your point leader, Matt Chubb, will be starting 32nd in the Indianapolis 500, back of the field. We'll see how he marches up to the front, and, well, sees if he can stay out of trouble come Sunday afternoon. And rounding up the field is Bobby Krug. Now, here are the drivers who failed to make the show, although they did qualify and put down some good times, but the track just wasn't their friend today, as the temperatures.
Your channel.
As we got somebody joining the channel. Let's see here. Oh, it's Scott.
It's Rambler.
Scott!
Yee.
You got P2, buddy?
Yeah, I kind of fumbled on my last lap there. I think that would have sealed the deal for me.
I tell you what, I was telling on the broadcast, I'm like, that is the... Because you were running lower. You're running lower in the short shoots. You were going to say you were going to do that. And you did it. I'll give you credit.
And for the most part, it worked.
Yeah. But I'm looking through this field, man, and you can help me run down with it. But, I mean, might as well start doing a preview here of the Indianapolis 500. That top 9. I'm surprised that more people didn't show up to try to get the pole.
Yeah, 2 of them had league races. I don't know what happened to the other guys.
Probably tired. Probably with the bet. Or probably watching the race. That's still on, apparently. That old NASCAR race. But, yeah, first row. Cole Frolic, Scott Rambler, and Spencer Madden. That's a front row. That's a great front row on the broadcast.
It's going to be a very strong front row, and we can't discount anybody else further back in the field. There's a very high skill set here.
Oh, the field is one of the strongest I've ever tried to qualify for and make. Man, I mean, you're looking back here. I'm doing John Poole starting 6th. You know, he's quick. You look back, Zach Buchanan, he's near the top in points. He's starting P12. You're looking back a little bit farther. And like I said...
Rick Ravon, one of the IndyCar masters.
Yeah. Starting a little farther back than he should have. But, you know, we said that in the YouTube side. We're on the Facebook side, too. We got both sides going now. Back on the YouTube side, we said that some of these guys just got killed by the track. There's nothing they could do. Just the track got so hot.
Absolutely, that the track conditions just killed everybody there.
And as we got a car on track, probably someone joined the session. But the big storyline that came out of today is no question Adam Samsel, Matt Chubb, back of the field. 30th and 32nd, respectively.
It's going to be a lot of work to do come race day.
And if you told me come last week that Matt Chubb, your points leader, would be starting 32nd, I'd call you the biggest liar on the face of the earth. Because the momentum he has was crazy. You know, just like you said earlier, the turnaround he had from last season, just his momentum coming through the first 3 races was, and still is, amazing. But, man, a lot of work and a lot of wrecks he's probably going to have to avoid this first leg of the race.
Absolutely, we've got an incredibly tight field, so expecting these guys to try and give an inch at any point is going to be a little bit crazy. So I could see some continued 2 and 3 wide up until the tires start to fall off. It's going to be wild.
And not to mention, just the setup's going to be different. These guys, they love a good setup, and let me tell you, the IORL have put on a great show this season. All the setups have just been fantastic, and expect this weekend to be no less different. As we get ready to call it off here, and for me to actually go grab a bite to eat for the first time. Any last words you got coming out of here and going into Sunday?
Be ready. I want to win this thing. I'm defending the crown because I won last year, and I don't want to give it up. So I look forward to running with everybody, and I'm going to run you hard. Let's have some fun.
Well said, well said. And my final words from here, it's going to be a little bit of a commercial. Don't forget to watch the 11th running of the IORL Indianapolis 500 Sunday at 12:30 Eastern on Pit Stop TV. Remember, that's Pit Stop TV on YouTube. They're going to have all 200 laps of action from the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway in virtual Indianapolis, Indiana. For Scott Rambler, I'm Warren Keith here on WKK3. Thank you for joining us for iRacing Hot Pass, and we hope to see you again real soon. Good night, everybody.